Hello, beautiful friends of the light. Um, I just wanted to tell you something, and that is that did you know that what your heart's desire, what your heart desires, that's you. That's who you are. That's who you are, you radiant shining star. And I think sometimes we can judge our own desires and we can think that they're bad or wrong or that we're selfish or but there is nothing more than your light purpose, soul purpose here on this planet than to start aligning and living out your heart's desires, because when you are in that resonance with yourself, with your heart's resonance, you are fully aligned to your soul essence, and that is a healing essence for everybody else to experience. Everything you do, everything you create, act, radiate in that state or from that place, it's healing for the world. Whatever, if the desire is like, you got to remember, this is the desire of your higher self, like your multi-dimensional inner quantum genius creature. And of course sometimes of the things that that creature wants, like your real path, it's not ordinary, it's not regular. Sometimes of course it's ordinary too, but it has the unique explorative flavor for your soul essence expansion, a part of the grand expansion of all, of consciousness, of source. Your role is to expand from your uniqueness so that you take care of that department in the whole source expansion. And sometimes that desire can be to really move through certain ideas or concepts or boundaries of how we usually do things and the norm. Like, if it's something your higher self wants, it's usually a little bit out of the norm. Most likely it's kind of like pretty out there. It's like becoming this whole other character that wears a cowboy hat and explores the idea of a completely new way of living or having relationships, or figuring out that you have these kind of desires or hobbies or heartfelt joys that are so weird or so, it's at the same time so joyful to you. Like, I'm just making up examples, but it's like in this awakening process I've watched, myself included, but really close souls around me as well really start to wake up more and more to who they are, and sometimes who they start to find out that they are. And quite often it's also a little bit in the areas of where you had resistance because you had some kind of fear to that part of you, or it's always a little bit like where we want to expand is where we have a little bit of the what's there, what's coming, and that's kind of the point of expanding in that direction, because we want to move past that resistance. So quite often the soul's desires, the heart desires, is also a little bit where you are a little bit afraid of identifying with, or thinking that you could even do that or be like that, or and then suddenly it turns out that was you. Yeah. So it's a little bit of a a hero's journey where it demands some courage to look into those corners that you were kind of so not identifying with, and being able to really open and face whatever that will show itself to you, because who you will find is you. And the feeling of becoming more and more congruent and living in alignment with that place, and really honoring that place, not thinking it's selfish or crazy, or but really to the depths of it, in the center of it all, moving from that, from the heart, bubbly, joy, fearful, fun-filled, exhilarating step towards expansion and towards embodying this multidimensional quantum wizard genius that you are. So enjoy exploring. Namaste.